ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. The games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
Right, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. There seems to be a problem on the YouTube app on my phone because there's no chat coming through on it. I've switched to Twitch on my phone and YouTube chat is coming through Cobra. Thank you for the test. So, well, I didn't think this match was going to go ahead, but Keith has been in getting practice. He took a little break. He's back in. Matt has been here for maybe about an hour. So both of them are getting their practice in. This is a hot seat match in this year's 2024 disastrous Virtual World Snooker Championship, the worst in history of VP. So we have a race to 6 tonight. We also have the one loss side match going ahead on Thursday night, I believe. Everything should be okay for that. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Now, Steve was planning to join the match 2 or 3 nights ago, but it didn't go ahead. And for anybody who doesn't know, and this will make you laugh, Steve has a problem with his computer. If you notice, he's been in the lobby. He's not been in today since I got home from work. I've been in the lobby all day since I got home from work, and he's not been in. The problems, I don't know what the problem is in terms of, to me, he's losing connection. 2 or 3 days ago, I sat and watched him when he arrived, and then he disappeared, and then he arrived, and then he disappeared, then he arrived. And then I spoke to him, was it yesterday or whatever, and he said he thinks he's got a problem with Windows 11. But is it a similar problem to what a lot of other people are having? Or it seems to be what Stubb was having, losing connection and all that sort of stuff. Well, I don't know, but Steve's obviously trying to work out what it is, and it might be an issue with Virtual Pool 4. I don't know. He doesn't know either. So I just said to him, after he told me about it, I just typed contact support. So he's obviously been scratching his head trying to work out what the hell it is. So good luck to him with that. I'm just glad that I'm sorted for the time being. I've got no problems. Everything's going good. Touch wood. Right, so here's how I see this going tonight. Keith apparently still not keeping too well. Whether this is still related to COVID or symptoms and after symptoms of it, I don't know. But he's here tonight. The one thing you can say about Keith, yes, he hasn't had table time, he hasn't really played VP4, but what he does have is a snooker player's brain, and that's always a danger. In terms of scoring, Matt should be the favourite in terms of outscoring Keith, but then again, he has to get the opportunities to do that, so that's where there will be a match. The match will be whether Keith's going to try and outshoot Matt, or whether he's going to make sure he doesn't get allowed to shoot too often. That's going to be the fascinating bit about this tonight. And I wouldn't think that... I think Cobra's predicted 6-2. Now, that very well could be the score. That just depends what Keith turns up. If he turns up and he hasn't got the stomach for it, and in the sense that he's maybe not feeling well, then he might not feel he's in a game. If he gets a good start, that's a whole different story. Then he knows he's in a game. So then he's got a lead to defend. So it's difficult to call. We'll see how it goes. And we're a couple of minutes away from it yet. The other news is that Steve has set an 8-ball world Virtual World Championship. I did say to him, I typed to him in chat, that we need to discuss a core list of tournaments rather than just throwing tournament after tournament. I think that would be the more constructive way to do things. I told him, I said, there's no way that we should ever have the snooker in July. That's a total disaster. The proof's there. Go and look at the bloody forfeits for a start. So we'll get a hold of him at some time and we'll have a discussion about it, and we'll see what he thinks. Well, he'll need to think about it because the way things are going, Friday night nine ball's going down the pan as well. I mean, that's regular, so there's no complaints about nobody not knowing when it's on. It's I think there was 6 turned up last Friday. That's the worst I've ever seen. But anyway, we wait and see what is going to happen. Any other news? Well, according to the stats here, we've got 6. This is what happened before I stopped doing Twitch, by the way. I dropped Twitch, and prior to dropping Twitch, we weren't getting the number of bodies in Twitch in the first place. It's now dropped down to 4 in YouTube, so that's obviously people looking at the link that's popping up and then not interested and then shutting down. But we've always, in the last streams that we did with Twitch and YouTube, we always had more people in YouTube. And at one time it was more people in Twitch. But that doesn't seem to be happening anyway. Who cares? Let's get on with it. More people will join. We are in the room. We've got the cloth at the right colour. And we're all set to go. We'll have the lag for the break. And obviously I think most times when you win the lag in snooker, you put the opponent in to break off. So Matt's in. Now Keith, if he's in front of the computer, will be getting the alarm bell ringing. Telling him to come in. And Matt getting a practice lag in. Right, here we go. Both players in. Good luck to them. We've got Matt on the right, Keith on the left. And Matt's going to edge it. And that's pretty good for a lag. So will he break or will he pass? There you go. Of course he was going to pass. So good bit of right hand side in the cue ball. And hit the join between those last 2 balls if you don't want to bring the other one up the table. Well, Keith has a pot. Or Matt has a pot, sorry, but he's going to have to get lucky here because it's difficult to get out of there, and he'd be very lucky if he had a bump in the black and ended up on it. So now he should just be dropping down behind the brown onto the baulk cushion or behind the yellow, whichever he's happier with. Try to use that blue to block the left-hand side of the pack. I think he's actually... Oh, he might not have got there. I think he hit the brown a bit too thick. He wanted it a wee bit thinner because I think he's still left a possible escape route with this red. He's got to get out behind that black and red though. And use the pack for cover, which he has done. Well, not a lot to be had here. Big screw shot trying to go over for the red. I mean, this is a case of take what you've got and then duck for cover. Unless he gets really good on this blue. If he was going to screw back for an angle in the blue, he's overcooked it. So now you're just looking to find an ugly spot to put this cue ball. Make sure you've got good distance, and then Keith has to watch how thick he hits this pack. It's very difficult not to bring something out with a pack as tight as this. It's very unlikely you're not going to bring something out. But he's hit it thin enough. The pace is good. Now Keith, not Keith, I keep getting it wrong. Matt's having a look at this plant. That looks as if it's going to the jaw slightly, but it's straightened up with the connection. Now it needs to bounce. Well, he's got that red to the right of the pink, so this is just a little roll in the green. But he doesn't want to have the wrong angle in this red. He doesn't want to be running into the reds himself. He wants to be able to get out of there. Now, there's a very narrow window to get the cue ball into to be good on the red, to be able to get away from that pack. Now, he might be running all the way up the table, but to me, the shot is just playing that red. Now, you see, he's slightly the wrong side of it. He wanted to be there. He wanted to get sort of there. That way, he can... Well, that black goes. See, the problem with that angle here is he's going to probably chip that red, and he might actually chip the red and block the black's path if he went through and landed on the black. So that's the problem with this shot. He hasn't finished perfect in this red, and he knows he's going to probably hit something here. You see, that was the problem in getting through in the black. Now, he did get in the black, but after doing all that, he forgot to pot the red. And now Keith's got an easy start, and he's got... Well, he's certainly got 24 points here if he wants it, because there's the 3 heads out in the open. But I don't think there's a lot else going though. So I presume I'm coming through loud and clear. I've had no complaints. Not so far. Bearing in mind there's nothing I can do about it anyway if you do complain. Well, you see, he hasn't really gone through far enough. That needed to run another 5-6 inches off the rail and back out for that red. Now he's got a similar problem. He's got to find a way out of there. And the red goes in. It wiped its feet. And guess what's going to happen now? Well, is he going to take the green on, leave the long red down the cushion, or is he going to do the sensible thing? Looks as if he's lining up. Well, he really needs to stop this cue ball stone dead. He wants an angle in the black, and he doesn't want to be stuck to the cushion. Welcome to Mr. Deanster. Now you see, there's being brave, and then, you know, he was brave that he took on the green, and what have I said in the past? You've got to back that up though. by making that choice. He had a perfectly simple choice of burying Matt behind that green there. And, well, Matt immediately needs to get good on this black. Well, he's got an angle. He can do a bit of damage here if he's going to take the risk. I feel he has to, because he's got the wrong angle to get on that red on the cushion. Well, how much is this going to cost Keith? Because although Matt's on the wrong side of the blue, he's got a shot in the pink where again he would collide with stuff. But he can take the yellow and come down the left-hand side of the table. The problem there is there's nothing doing. These balls aren't sitting good at all. Now, I think that the shot in the pink, he's certainly going to hit the top red, and that might bump something out. That would be the more aggressive shot. He'll need to play a good one here to get on anything. Well, that third red that I'm lined up on, it goes. Yes, it is. This is the hot seat match to see who gets the final. Well, this has got to be just nudged along. The cue ball will come out. Well, he might do a little bit more nudging here. He's got a perfect angle just to stun into those three reds. They're bound to open up. I mean, that top red, though, does go. I think it goes. Yeah, it does. But he could do a stun here. He doesn't really need to, though. If he takes these in the right order and clears them the right way, he doesn't need to do any bumping. Now, that is just the wrong side of the red again. Got to get the stun past the red here or up for the blue, one of the two. Well, he might just hold the pink spot. In fact, the pink's off at the spot, I think. Well, I don't know whether... Maybe it'd have been better to have a double check at that before he played it. But anyway, comfortably takes the red. He's now good in the blue. He should be able to drop this in. Sort of dead weight, I think. It might have too much angle. We'll soon find out. No, I haven't changed my mic. That needs to bounce big time. He's underhit that by quite a way. Well, Matt, 42 in front and 43 left in the table. So it's a big ass for Keith here. Now he can pot the red and come back down the table for the black. That needs to keep rolling. It needs to keep going. And that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. He can now run round the other side of the reds, but he's got to get high enough in these reds. You hear them talking about that when players are going for a 1-4-7. It's all about getting high enough in the reds. And that's perfect. Well, this would be a cracking start for Keith if he could pinch this. Got to get this last red with a black. It's a wee bit straightish, but he can punch it up And again, got to get high. Got to get high. Well, he isn't high enough, but he's fine. He can roll this in and still have a shot in the black. And now, hopefully he's done his arithmetic here. Now he's coming across for the pink. Now, I think the problem with that is he can only tie now. Somebody do their arithmetic, because my head's just got screwed up there. Let's work that out. So that's 36. No, wait a minute. I can't count. That's what it is. He's 21 behind, isn't he? Ah, he can win. I knew my arithmetic was going down the pan straight away. Oh, he's not hit it. Well, he hasn't hit it, but he should have a good safety here. Look at the way these balls are lined up. He's got a perfect line to take off that green to come down to the black, as long as he sends the green back into the middle of the table. He might be worried about the right side pocket here. He'd be crazy to go for a massive cut back in that green. And that's the right idea. And of course the other problem as well is that Matt's got the same opportunity here to put Keith in trouble. Good evening to Larry, and welcome to Coldest Pillow. This cue ball's tracking nice, by the way. It's tracking nice. Oh, it's just not quite got there. Now again, a perfect opportunity to stun this green, send it back up table, keep the cue ball behind the brown. But you've got to watch the pace in this. You play this sort of draggy, it's a sort of draggy stun, as if you're trying to screw it. Well, he isn't. You see, that's why the cue balls come away. Now, where's the green going? Pretty damn good, I would say. Pretty good. He can get a wafer edge of that. He might be able to pot this, believe it or not. Oh no, he can't. Now, no free ball. Now, what does Keith do? Does he put him back in? Well, I think Matt should play this with a bit of right-hand side and go all out. Because if he overcuts this, it's coming back to the top cushion. He should have a bit of right-hand side in this. He's not playing it, but if he does and chips the edge of that green, it could go safe anyway. And if he might get really lucky, he might pot it. Let me have a look at this. See, there's enough of that green. It's a very tough shot to play this for right-hand side and still chip the green. Yeah, well, he might come up with a better plan than that. He's going to have another go at that, I think. In fact, it might not be that... is Keith going to have a go at this, or is he in two minds? He's looking at... is it a free ball? Aye, it is a free ball. That's a bigger disaster. Well, scores all square. But I know that if that was me playing, it was so difficult to get the side right and such a tight line to get past that black and hit the green. If that was me, I would have been putting right hand side in the cue ball to nip around the pink and just chip the green. That was just as tough. But the thing is that the outcome could have been a lot better. Well, Keith's misread the brown. Where's it going though? Well, there's a bonus. a big bonus. That takes him to 61. He's 7 in front. He still needs blue and pink. Wrong side of the blue as well. Well, this is going to be tough. But you've played so many of these shots, you should just really sight this straight away. You shouldn't dwell over this. But there you go. And he's going to get lucky though, I think. So 12 in front, but 13 still in the table. You can just bump this down towards the black. There's not a lot can really go wrong with that shot. You've just got to watch the pace and how you're pushing it to that cushion to get the line off the cushion up towards the black. No, he's come out too soon. He's left a shot. This is a free go. Again, it rattles. Now, what does Matt do here? I reckon Matt might have a go at this because it's so difficult to play the safety with the black being too close to the pink itself. It limits what you can do with the pink. He might have a go at it. Can always play the safety in the black if he doesn't get good. Well, I think he's left something. Has he left a chance to get back behind the black here? Nope. Head knock table. And that's a good safety. And this is, again, if you want to play the simple safety, just push it to the left cushion. That's all you can do here. Well, he's trying to run away from it, and he got it thin enough. It's always dicey looking for that thin edge, but he played it good enough. I'd be happy with that. Although, if Keith is brave here, he could have matched snookered. But you've got to be brave to play that shot, and this pink will be running if you do it. No, he isn't. He's trying to check it up, but he didn't get the check in the cue ball. How's the pink? It's gone safe. And this is even more difficult. Well, if you go four cushions here, this is dangerous, but you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 to try and get it down by the black, but you've got to judge the pace. He's gone all out for it. And again, the pink goes safe. And a cross bank, or cross double by Keith, seals the frame. Well, a good start for Keith, considering that he had a deficit to make up. Well, I think Matt already knew he was going to be in a game. Keith's got too much experience not to be doing most things right. And Keith has won 4 individual championships. I think he's won 1 in Virtual Pool 4. I could be wrong, but the other 3 were in Virtual Pool 3. And I'm pretty certain that Matt's still to win his maiden Virtual World Championship. So Matt's in first again, and he's got 3 more reds to play with. Yeah, the 9-ball final in VP4, was it? It wasn't the 9-ball World Championships, it was some other thing. Was it not the 9-ball Masters or something? I can't remember what Brian called it. Needs to keep running, and he ain't got there. But I think he might be too straight in the yellow as well. He might have to play the brown. Let's have a look how he's sitting in this. Yeah, that's the wrong side. That's no good. The yellow, he's got an angle where he can come up the table here. He needs to dig in. He's playing the brown, maybe to go around the corner. Yeah. And watch the blue. This looks good if it runs, but it hasn't got the legs. Oh, it's wiped its feet and it's gone in. Let's have a look at that. That pace on that cut, just look at the red. The pace that let it go in, that let it drop. Was it going to get there this time? I think he might be short again. Yeah. Well, I think he can get thin off the red and miss the pink and come down into bulk. And that's pretty well played, because I think he's got Keith. No, he hasn't. There's enough of the red showing, but Keith's more interested in what damage he's going to do here when he plays this safety. Well, there's certainly nothing set up, but that. Look to see if that was set in the other pocket. Well, that's well played. Excellent. Oops, hang on, I've just bumped my mouse off the table there, hang on. Oh, can he get through there? I think he can. That's a bonus. Because if he couldn't get through there, he was in trouble. Watch the yellow. No real harm done. Well, that's what I was saying, but the beginning of the stream, we've got 9 people on YouTube, 2 on Twitch. Ten on YouTube now. So anybody who's accidentally dropped in, this is Virtual Pool 4's Virtual World Snooker Championship. And these two guys are battling out to see who gets to this year's final. Race to 6 frames. You've got MC Clarkey from England and Keith, as we call him. We don't call him by his licence plate number, but he's from Northern Ireland. Former Virtual World Snooker Champion, who has won the first frame. And still no sign of Steve coming online. He's not been online all day. I get home about, what time did I get home at? About 12ish. Had something to eat, cup of coffee, booted up the PC, came into the lobby, and then had other things to do, but he wasn't here then, and he's never been on at all. So maybe he's actually standing arguing with a guy over the counter about his PC. he might be dealing with support. I thought I'd get back on Twitch today just to see if we would get any viewers, and we haven't. So I'm going to dump it again. It's made no difference. It's exactly the way it was before I stopped dealing with Twitch. We've always got more on YouTube, which is fine, because that's where I want my subscribers. I want all my subscribers on YouTube. I'm not interested in how many I have on Twitch. Good evening to Jose. I was actually, believe it or not, I had a channel on Justin TV, Justin.tv, before it became Twitch. Do you remember that? That was before it became Twitch. Now, nothing set. Well, again, Keith can play the safety. He looks as if he's lining up for something here, or he's contemplating something, but I mean, he's got an easy path back to balk. And if this red... Well, that's a great shot. What a shot that was. He's not ideal in a colour, but a cracking start. Oh, here, that was the thing I meant to tell you guys. I was looking in fact, the last live stream I did, which was Friday Night 9-Ball, I noticed in the settings, now this setting has always been there, I've just never been, brave enough to try it, but when I play a replay, I use the tab button to bring the replay up on the screen while I'm live streaming. So that last shot, I hit the tab button and that brings the replay. But I've also got it set now in XSplit Broadcaster, where if I hit the tab button, I've checked a box within Twitch, within XSplit, that means that every time I play a replay, that replay is saved to my XSplit recordings folder. So I went back the other day there and I looked at the replays that I had played in Friday Night 9-Ball and watched them. There was only about 5 or 6. But so that's one way of actually saving like shots of the championship. The only problem is that all the shots would need to be knitted together in a video, and that's just the bit that I haven't got the patience to do. So the easier way of doing it is just to open the files in the folder and watch each of them individually and just record it that way, rather than trying to be fancy and stick them all into a video, because I can't be asked. I don't have the patience nor the time nor the inclination to do that. But at least if you want to have a record of a good shot, then I can certainly get them now, because they'll all be saved. Plus, I managed to, if Larry's still there, I managed to save Larry's 2 or 3 scratches he did on Friday night Nightball, but I've deleted them all. Well, we're still in the sort of sparring phase of this frame. Matt with an early lead, but he hasn't got cover this time. Black's out the game. He'll be up table for the blue or the brown. Oh, he's not really hit that either. That needed another couple of feet of running on the cue ball there. Well, he's got to avoid the brown. That's the first hazard here when you're playing this blue from that angle. And I think that's... now, those two... Excuse me, my dinner's coming back to me, but those 2 reds at the top there, he can play the second one as a shot to nothing. And he can get out of there. And that's another good shot. A little bump in the pink. Well, he stuck himself to the cushion. Now, he can pot the blue. He's obviously going to run straight into the pink, but where the pink goes is all dependent on the pace that he plays that shot at, because he needs to get it out of the way if he's going to get the cue ball through there somehow and still be on that red. You see what I mean? He's hit the pink full in the face and he's left it a wee bit short. And I think Keith's beginning to get his eye in here. Now, easy enough blue. And there is a plant on. If it's not 100% set, you can certainly do some. Well, he's trying to get a break on here, and that is very well done. That has worked out very nice indeed. And not only that, he's got the black free, pinks available, and 2 or 3 reds to work with here. Yes, Slim, I am streaming on Twitch tonight, but I'm not getting any more viewers. It's just there's only 3 there, 12 on YouTube. Oh, now he's fine. He's just got to make sure he bumps that other red like that. That's perfect. Now a little jab here. Well, he's played the bump to hold, and that's worked. That could have went slightly wrong if he'd ended up there, but he's all good. Well, if we're going by Cobra's prediction, this could be Keith getting his second and only 2 frames that he's going to get in this match. I think Cobra's the only one that predicted a score. He went for 6-2 to Matt. I didn't think it'd be... I mean, again, it could have been possibly like that, and it still could be, but Keith's had a promising start. No sign of nerves. and a 30-point lead in counting at the moment. Yeah, talking of Albie, where's Albie? Where's Albie going to? I posted it in Facebook, so he would know that this is on if he's got his phone. Now, he's got the one red. He's going to brush off the second red, and he's going to end up on the black, I would suggest. Or the pink, because it's wiped its feet again, but it's gone in. And now the frame is all his. And the break has just gone to 56. And a chance. Well, I'm not going to say anything. But there's 51 left in the table. Work it out yourselves. Well, this is a simple enough shot to go through and around the other side of this red that's behind the pink, or below the pink, or above the pink as we look, because the other one doesn't go past the black, so he's got to go around and up high enough. Got to miss it. Oh, that's very well done. I mean, if he had the angle just to nip through the gap, that was perfect. I thought he would have been, maybe the angle wasn't open enough to go through the other side and around the corner. Well, he's taking the more awkward red here. Now, that takes him to 65. He can still make the century. Of course, he's the wrong side of the blue. He's going to have to work this cue ball big time here. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. It needs to slow up, though. Yeah, it just got too much juice on it. But he's still got a chance. He's going to chip the pink. Went for the double. Well, the break ends on 70, but again, a very promising start from Keith from Northern Ireland. That takes him to a 2-0 lead. Well, Matt's definitely got work to do. And Keith brought that red up the table. And Matt can get through on this red and onto that black. He's probably better going to the cushion and back up. And that's what he's doing. Well, he's missed the red though. Well, yes, the red is on, but he's going to be a fair distance from a colour here. Black doesn't go in the opposite corner because of the red. Now he's trying to get into that gap there, and that's a beautiful shot, apart from the fact he missed. He hasn't potted the red, but he played that very well. So Matt's just looking to find his line for his pots here, because there's 2 or 3 of them rattling. He's just got to be patient. You don't want to get desperate, not this early on. Whereas Keith's not going to get an awful lot here, unless he does a bit of damage in the not too distant future. That might be the angle that he wants. He's certainly got enough to chip something here if he's going to be aggressive. He could, well, he's been aggressive, but this time Keith's forgot the pot. And what damage he has done, he's certainly got another couple of reds in play. But there ain't an easy one to start here for Matt. He's going to have to play the one up the cushion. I think he can see the black, so black will be back on its spot. Got a choice of playing the red into the left middle here near the blue, or the one up to the left of the pack. Now, Matt's got a perfect opportunity here to get an angle in this black and do more damage in the reds. He's run a wee bit too far for comfort. But the angle is perfect to get right into these balls and open them up. And this time, he's got the hit. And again, he's going to have to... I don't know that he can get past that pink for the red near the right-hand side pocket. He's probably going to have to play this long red down the cushion again. Yeah, I mean, this isn't a difficult red. If your eye's in and you're comfortable with the line, you line it up and you play it at the right pace. Give it every chance to drop in. As long as he's going forward here, he should have a shot in the blue. You just don't want to overhit this. And that's good enough. That's pretty well done. Wrong side of the blue, but the 2 good reds will take him back up to the business end of the table. He can tidy this area up if he wants. So this is a great opportunity for Matt. Got to make the most of it. Got to let Keith know that he's going to have to work this and win it. Oh, welcome to Dwight. I think there's already about 6 or 7 signed up to that 8-ball World Championship Slim. New Plonker semis in. Wow. Well, there's a big mistake. I mean, this is Christmas come early here for Keith. Matt will be kicking himself at that. He's only made 23 from that, and look at the way that this table's sitting. It's not ideal, because there's a wee bit of work to be done, but Matt will be annoyed at that. Well, that shows you how much you pay attention when you come into the lobby, Cold as Pillow, because you should be. And in fact, did that alert appear in the lobby? Maybe it's broken already, because Steve had put the notice up, but maybe he hasn't set the alert to let you know it's on. Maybe that's what's wrong. He forgot to do that. But nevertheless, the 8-ball Virtual World Championship is set. It's on the 9-foot table. Steve said the last one, which was about, 2021 was it? The last time we did that, I think, was on the 10-foot table. It's back to the 9-foot table. Well, YouTube has dropped. YouTube had 6, had 10 on it there a minute ago. And they've dropped out. don't forget, you get people who come online to YouTube and Twitch, and maybe occasionally, depending on what their interests are, my channel might pop up as a live stream, and they'll drop in, have a quick look, get bored to death and disappear. So that's why you'll see people popping in and popping out all the time. Well, Keith, I think looking at this table, I mean, you've got to fancy your chances for clearing up here. Now he's gone high enough to get the red on the right hand side of that cluster there. I don't know that, I think he might be able to nip off it, go through the gap and be on the black. I think he can nip off this. Depends if he bumps that other red, this one here. But I think it's not that predictable how this is going to turn out. Well, he's missed it clean, that's perfect. And now, I mean, you could not be asking for a better setup here. Break goes to 32. More importantly, he's got an 18-point lead and counting. Now, that is good enough. He's fine. Just doesn't want to roll through to the cushion here. He wants to roll through, but he doesn't want to go through too far. And this is why this cue ball runs on and runs on. And if you're going to run through, you're going to have to get a bump. See, now he's dead straight. Well, this is a case of take your medicine here and just roll through. Don't do anything, just roll through. And you're on the red into the... Well, he's trying to jack up and come back. Well, I don't know why he didn't just roll through. To me, that was a simpler shot. You roll through, and all you've got is a roll in the middle pocket. So the break is 47. Now, this is the make or break shot here, past this yellow with this red. This is the frame clincher, in my opinion. And in it goes, never a doubt. 34 in front. The blue will be 39. I don't know that he wants to take the pink. Pink's got a lot more angle, and then you're just putting the pink in the mix with these reds. You don't want the pink in the way. I mean, he's perfect in the blue. I mean, he can cheat at the pocket a wee bit with this blue, and he can use a bit of spin or whatever to get out and onto one of these reds. Yeah, and he's overhit this, I think. Yeah, he's overhit it. But he's still got a shot. So now, in fact, the pink, the blue's on the pink spot. He's still got the shot. So what is he? He's 39 in front, is he? So this red will clinch the third frame. And then it goes. Oh, welcome to Albi. Speak of the devil and he turns up. Yeah, Keith's been very good so far, but Matt's still cursing the fact that he was well in this frame on a break of 20 odd, missed a, which didn't seem any sort of problem, a blue into the side pocket. He was fairly straight on it. There's nothing difficult about it. I don't know what the hell he did, but he missed it. So he took his eye off the ball, and this is the result of it. Keith's been in. Had a chance of a century in the last frame, got to 70 or whatever, and he's still going in this one. And this is why you don't write Keith off, even though he isn't so much of a player nowadays. But like I say, once a snooker player, always a snooker player. We're talking pedigree here. Well, that is clinched. Frame number 3. Well, nobody predicted this. And Cobra's prediction's out the window. But Matt's in trouble. And he's nobody to blame but himself in that frame, because that was a mistake. But this is what happens when you get to the higher level, not only in real life but in virtual pool 4. You know, if you've got two good players playing and one player makes a hash of a shot and there's reds in good positions, the chances are you're going to be sitting back for a little while and you might not get back to the table. Well, a big target to hit there for Keith. Not a lot of damage done. He's left a red on though. But all the onus now is on Matt to try and find his potting lines. He's still struggling. Black again out the game. Pink out the game. And probably a little roll in the blue, or a roll forward, or a little tuck up behind the green. Once again, not a problem for Matt to roll into the reds. These are easy safeties. Let's go to the business end and see how it looks. Well, little edge. Well, that's not a bad angle to finish the cue ball on, because that left side of the pack is wee. Look, you don't want to be playing that if you can help it, because that's got to be really thin. Well, I think Matt went all out there for a shot to nothing. It's all come good. Now watch the path of the cue ball here, because this red's got to be thin and you've got to miss the blue as well. Just a bit short away, but where it finishes might be awkward. Yeah, it is awkward. Oh no, he's okay, he can get it clean. I thought he was maybe going to be hampered with that brown a wee bit. He looks okay. Yeah, Cobra was saying that you had a similar prediction, Albinario. What was that prediction? You need to tell us. Oh, now just a little explanation, by the way, for those who... Hang on a minute. For those who have joined us, you'll notice now that my name on YouTube is Tactical Genius. And the reason behind that is YouTube have started doing this thing called handles, where you have a name for your channel. Now, you'll laugh when you hear this, but I got an email through from YouTube informing me of this information and telling me that 9ball.com was in breach of their terms and conditions for spam and various other stuff. I meant to actually do a video with the email to let you see it. I forgot to do it, but my name is in breach of their terms and conditions. So I changed it to Tactical Genius and said, well, let's see what happens with that. I'll do a little video with the email, and I'll let you read the email. It's a load of gobbledygook. But and then when you go and read the actual terms and conditions that they're referring to, it's all vague because it's all encompassed into one sort of paragraph. Trying to delude people into thinking that you're doing this when you're doing that. It's a bit vague, and to be honest with you, it's a bit trivial as well. But I wasn't going to write an email to dispute it because that would just drag on. I thought I'll change my name and let them deal with it and see what they think. Or I was just going to change it to Fred and see if that would be controversial. But they surely can't find anything wrong with Tactical Genius apart from the fact it's spelt in stubbish. Well, this is a bit thin in the blue. You know you're going to hit something. Problem is you can come off the pack and scratch. Well, there's two reds you can play for here. The one to the left of the black and the one on that top cushion. And he's sort of neither here nor there. He can have a go at the red along the cushion and head down to the long grass here. And that's well played. He was never going to be great on a colour. But that red to the left of the black's now in play from the right side. He just needs to roll the blue in and get through into the gap. Again, he's just a wee bit short. He would have liked to have ran through a wee bit more. Now, clearly, he could end up maybe lucky in the black here. You never know. Well, you don't want to really be taking the black just for the 7 points because you're heading up into the other end of the table, and then it's you that's going to have to play the safety off the bunch of red. So far better just ducking for cover here. Just take what you've got. Matt's the one that has to do the work here. Well, we'll see if he regrets that, because he's got the extra 7 points. Now he's got the problem of having to play a safety here. I think the black's now tied up again. Or is it? Well, pretty much so. I think you could pot it if you were in the right position with the cue ball, but it's tight. And I think he's missed the pack. So he'll be playing that again. I don't think Matt will want to interfere with those reds. He'll put Keith back in. Unless there's a plant or something, which I don't think there is. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a minute. No, there's no room there. So Keith's back in, having another go. This is why he's worried about this. He's got to get this thin because he knows something's going to pop out. But I think he's going to end up with a pretty decent cue ball. That's very well played. Yes, there's a red there if you want to have a go at it. Good luck with getting in a colour though. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's a shot to play there. No, it isn't, because the red doesn't go. I thought that was a shot to nothing. But fair play to Matt. He's got the pot. Now the angle on the brown, well, he has got a good angle on the brown where he could come up the table, he could stun up the table. He's got to get really good on that red there. Now if he finished there, he can pot the red and run the black on. But he's playing for the red at the side of the pack, and that's very well done. Well, look at where the other reds finish. Now this black will go if he gets through in it. Well, this is... I can't see him not being on a red. If he just runs through and brushes that red, he'll have it on into this corner. No, he hasn't. He's stunned it. I think I would have went forward there and just brushed that red on. Maybe he was getting it too thick. Well, all he's really going to do here is, you know, score a few points. He's got a lot of work to do here. Big boom in the blue. Got to miss the traffic. Gets a brush off the green. And it hasn't done him any harm because he's perfect. Well, now, this is where he's got to make the choice. He's got to get that cue ball squarish on this black and do damage here. And that's perfect. And what Matt's been doing so far tonight is exactly that. He's had the angle a couple of times, but he's not been potting the colour. And now it's Christmas come early again for Keith. And this has been the story. Matt's trying to be positive, got the right angle in the black, and just can't get the colour in the pocket. And now he's thinking, this is looking like 4-0 at the moment. Bit early to say it, but the way Keith's been going at it, who could doubt that it probably won't be? I'll have a quick drink. That's what he didn't want. He didn't want the bump in the red, but he's still okay. Can bail out. You know, when you've got enough reds in the table like this, you know, if something doesn't go quite according to plan, the chances are you're going to have an escape route. And now he's back in control here. He's got to get that red dealt with in bulk. The reason I say that is that if you have to run for cover, your choices are limited if that red remains in bulk. So he's got to deal with that. And that's why he's getting rid of it. Again, that's a snooker player doing that. You've got to get rid of the trouble balls, and that could be a problem in the future. So if you get rid of that, then at least you can duck for cover up there. Well, he would have liked to have ran further onto this blue so that he could roll through and have the choice of those 3 reds below the pink there. He didn't quite get there. Now he's sort of in between where he's finished. He would need to dig in to get a hold of the cue ball off that red, and that red there might interfere. He's not sitting great in this one either. So he's going to have to dig in this. Unless he's going to try and brush through and get lucky here. Yeah, he's digging in. Got to try and miss that red if he can. And he has done. So, well, there's 2 ways to play this. If you dig in, cut the black and come off the cushion, it's all about the pace. Now, you could even overhit this and bump that red, and you're still on that red there. Or you go forward and you play that red into the side pocket. He looks as if he's going forward at the moment. No, he's digging in. Again, and that shot's tougher when you start jacking up. So now here's a very important question been asked of Matt. you've got a table that is at your mercy, and you're 20 behind, and you've your chance to get on the board here and steal this frame, and this is a must. Matt knows that as well. He'll be really annoyed if he can't take this out. But that's the difference with playing under pressure and having to deliver. Well, I can remember when I would look at this table, and I know that I'm getting out. I could never do that nowadays, but VP3 was a lot more easier than this. But you know for a fact you would run out here. Now, can he? I don't know that he's got too much angle in this blue. I mean, he could pot the blue and go up top and come back into the table for that red, or he can, if he's got the angle, he can stun the brown in, go to the bottom rail and come up the left side, and it needs to keep running. He wants to keep this comfortable. That'll work. Well, at least he's not in a position where he has to open reds. What the hell's happened there? I've just been booted straight out of the room. And half the people in half the people in VP4 have appeared again. What the hell's happened there? Well, in fact, Keith and Matt have left the building. They're nowhere to be seen. I blame that on Tam, because suddenly Tam's in the lobby. And he's worked his voodoo. The room has disappeared, so the servers are restarting. Maybe this is Steve up to his tricks. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Steve arriving in the lobby. I think he might be doing some sort of update that he's not prepared to come into the lobby to announce it. He might be up to some tricks. But Keith's arrived. I'm glad that wasn't just me. Well, Matt's got to get his focus back here because he's got business at hand. So Matt needs to readjust himself and get this done. That was annoying that happened at that particular time. I hope for his sake that he can hold it together. Oh, he needs to get away from that cushion. Well, he won't be taking the black now. He's got to... Is he? Let's have a look. Oh, he's straight. He's too straight in this black. I mean, if he rolls the yellow in and comes back into the table, he'll be on the yellow again. He's letting it run. He's managing to pinch an angle. Needs to miss the bump. And he's played it well. So now this is a clincher. He's got to get good on this green. This is the one that's going to make or break it. And that green's just sitting in an awkward area. That needs to keep running. It's got to have the legs. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. Well, another squeaky bum time shot. He's going to be on the brown, there's no doubt of that. But again, he hasn't been able to deliver. Push to green. He's 10 in front. Colours all in their spots. And Keith can pinch it. He's overhit it. He's overhit it. I mean, still, you'd expect him to pot it. It just means he's got another little nervy one here in the brown. And he's going too far. Well, this is a bit like playing for the 9-ball if it's on the head spot in 9-ball pool, because what you're doing is you're potting the blue and coming down either left or right side past the side pockets to play this pink. No, he's 2 in front. This for 4-0. Oh, and Keith has blinked. And what's more, Matt's got a chance, and well, you've got to check this with right hand side so that the cue ball goes to the cushion and comes back across. He's going to have a high cut in the black if he does. Well, he's actually played it very well. That's excellent. Well, he can't miss this. And so Matt breathes a big sigh of relief. He's on the board. And that might not be a bad thing. A tactical interlude is quite the thing. Go to the bathroom, go and get a drink. And a pretty solid break from Keith. A quick look. Yeah, solid, but there is an edge. That red, though, is heading towards that other corner pocket. Again, this could possibly be a shot to nothing. It just depends whether he's going to hit it thick enough or just wafer thin just to make sure he gets back. No, going the other way. This looks a good pace, good line, and dead in the cushion, I think. Well, the ball's in Keith's court here because he's got exactly the same shot on this red if he fancies it. No, he's going the thin route. Well, Matt's going to have a chance here. He'll definitely not be playing this thin. He'll be going for the pot, coming back to bulk. Well, that was superb. Very well played. Jacked up, dug in, got around the corner, and on the blue very nicely. Well, here's the aggressive shot now. He's got an opportunity here. He's got to take it. I mean, it's crying out for a bump here, but he's landed in them and not come out of them. And no joy whatsoever, and he can't get out of there either, so this is just going to be a little tap. He can't escape from there. Or is it a touching ball? Aye, he is a touching ball, so he can escape. He can just run into bulk. Just notice that in the left of the HUD there. So that was a bonus. Again, there's your shot, that red there. And that's the right way to do it, overcut it, because it's always going to come back to that cushion, and he'll be happy with that. What won't work anymore? Hugh, you numpty, if you rename your channel, won't work anymore. What the hell's he talking about? I don't follow what he's talking about. Does anybody else know what he's talking about? If you rename your channel, won't work anymore. I'm maybe missing something in the translation there. Don't know what the hell he's on about. It's only my handle that's changed. My handle is now Tactical Genius instead of 9ball.com, but like I said, if you were here earlier, you would know why. Because of me being in what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think what it is because my vocabulary doesn't stretch that far. I'm in contravention of the terms and conditions of YouTube for some reason with a name like 9ball.com, so I had to change my handle. It's a load of bullshit, basically. That's what it is. Well, if that had the legs, it would have been excellent. So there's the target area. That's where you're aiming for with your safety shots. If you can get a line, you've got a big target area behind that brown and green. That's just coming the bottom side. Now, the target area is still decent enough, although they're both sort of lined up. And Keith's stuck to that cushion. He can have a go at the red, but again, can he get out of there? He's not interested. And why should he be? Why should he be taking any sort of risk? And again, trying to get it thin. And Matt might make him play from there. In fact, I'd be making him play from there. Miscue from Keith. Q-tip too high in the cue ball there. Well, this time Matt's having a go. Same problem though, can he get out of there? Yes, he can. Dragged it in and screwed the ball behind the red and black, and now likewise, he's got a shot in the blue where he can do damage here. But Matt's maybe going to be a wee bit tentative. Bear in mind that most of his attempts have failed off a colour, trying to break open these reds and end up good. Oh no, I'll get that changed. Thanks for reminding me. I understand what you mean now, right? I've got that. I'll get that changed. I will change that in my little notepad. Well, Matt, look where he's ended up. He couldn't have finished any worse. I mean, he's got no way. I think he just got a tip tap here. Yeah. And the only thing he hasn't left is a touching ball, but sooner or later there'll be a touching ball and somebody will be able to get out of there, and that green and brown are still sitting where they are. Just keep your eye on the HUD on the left-hand side to see if the extra red appears, and that will tell you it's a touching ball. And there you go, touching ball, but can Matt get out of there? But I would think that if you are a subscriber to my channel, you'll still, and if you've got the notification bell hit, you'll still get a notification that I've gone live. I would expect that still to work. Well, Matt obviously couldn't get out of there because we're still stuck in amongst the reds. And of course, the other problem with getting out of there is there's reds open left and right of the table. So if you're going to come down here into bulk, you've really got to find that target zone. And this could possibly end up in a re-rack. Well, like I say, I will amend that for you. I won't do it right now. I'll just do it. I'll do it probably tomorrow. Now, do you think it'd be worthwhile reminding these guys that they can call a draw? Do you think the two of them are that dumb that they don't realise that? Or are they quite content to tap away here for 25 minutes going nowhere unless there's a plant on or something? I mean, would I be interfering actually reminding them that they can actually call a draw? I mean, I don't know that Matt would fancy it. He's got a 24-point lead. Keith, I think, might be he might be very agreeable to a re-rack. Well, that's changed it as far as pot and a red goes. And now Matt's got himself in trouble. because he's going to have to deliver here with this blue, because there's reds open here for the taking. Big shot. But he who dares wins. Pressure shot in the blue. And that's way offline. I don't think he could have hit that any worse. He's feeling the pinch. Black still out the game, I think. But Keith's got an easy red. And he can certainly come down for the green. Or the blue. Probably more inclined to take the blue, I would think. Get it down onto its spot. I think he's... well, he's actually finished. Is he onto black? Oh, wow, he is. He is on the black. Needs really to bump that red if he could. Well, he's not. He didn't have the angle to do it. Much easier to come out and go on another red. Now, how's the black sitting this time? See, it's fine from that side if you can get in the gap. But, you know, there's a good 3, 4, 5 reds here to be picked off. But that one that's at the back of the black, it would so want to get rid of that. And now, again, a pressure shot this time for Keith. I mean, he could go all out for the black. He's got to dig in a bit here if he's going to get a bump. Or he can bail out on a pink up the table. And that red there will go, as long as the pink, and we'll see the pink will spot, so that's a problem. Well, he's back in control, can take that red, get on the black again if he wants, the one down the right side. He can just roll through in this other one on the left side and he's on the black. No, well, I said, I think Semi-Pro had second thoughts. I don't know whether it's partly due to what I said to him in his video, that he would look a numpty bailing out on Albie. And he is back in, which is the right thing to do. And he obviously spoke to somebody to get that done. And there's only a limited few people would do that, or able to do that. Because the way I see it, in a race to 4, he's got as good a chance against Albie as anybody. With just been a race to 4. Let's go down this end to where it's happening. So the red below the pink goes, but is he too straight in the black? That might be his concern here. Yeah. Well, Matt's hampered right over the top of the blue. Well, it would if it wasn't you, he asked, then it could only have been an email to Steve, or he got a hold of Simon. So that's the only two people that would do it. I don't know that Brian has that access. Watch the cue ball. Well, this is awkward, because he really doesn't want to try and do much because he's stuck to the cushion. Now he's hoping that he's going to roll off and have a shot in the pink here. You see, he's ended up getting it too thick. He was hoping he might get a glance there. He's still got the pink, but again, it's really tough. In fact, the black looks easier, so it does. The black's going to get tied up again, but it's actually easier shot because you just need to drop it in and he's on the red. Have you not seen you Plonker Rodney's video called This Pillow? Where he's talking about the toxic abuse that he's been getting in VP4, which is actually a laugh because it's nothing like that. Which, like I say, I explained that to him that it's all in his imagination. But if there's anybody to blame, it's Cobra. Hold your hand up, Cobra. But Cobra got the desired effect because Semi-Pro came to his senses. The only thing he hasn't done yet is decided to change his name back. Because it's still stupid keeping it to you Plonker Rodney. Cobra's pleading the fifth. But Cobra's been a naughty boy and got reprimanded by the teacher. He gets sent to the naughty step. That's what it's like. A bunch of bloody kids. It's like being back in school. I can't remember his bloody name again. Hang on a minute. What's the name of his channel again? It's not Rusty. It's something. Oh, what the hell's his name? It's Bat something, isn't it? Yeah, you'll have a laugh when you read my comment. Read my comment while you're on there. Well, more importantly here for Matt, he's in a break of 42 and he's going to be back to within one. And, well, there's 43 still in the table. So Keith won't be quitting yet, I don't think. I'd be surprised if he did, because this green and brown can still come into play here. They haven't moved an inch since the start of this, or after a couple of shots in this frame. Well, that'll decide it, because Keith hung the red, and this frame is now over. Yes, he did. Dozens of them. And that's the toxic abuse that you Plonker Semi's been talking about. Toxic abuse. Loads of toxic abuse stars. That's what it was. Toxic abuse stars. Right, well, here we are into frame number 6 in this race to 6 hot seat match. And Keith still with that slender lead. And Matt's got to be happy because he's not really settled. And he's got 2 frames on the board. He's a little bump here. Oh, it's unlucky. So again, this is the chance just to duck for cover. I just read the chat there. I just noticed Keith was asking how do I quit the frame. That shows you how little he's been playing. Yeah, that's a good shot. I think Keith's just running into the back of these reds. Yeah, has he got the legs? Yes, he did, and it's a touching ball, dead weight, so an easy escape for Matt here. Doesn't want to bump a bolt colour, wants to get right down onto the cushion. And that's good weight. Well, he's not found a cushion, and he's not quite got behind the brown, so Keith again got to get it thin. And watch the knuckle. And not a bad reply. Can't believe I got bamboozled. You didn't think that you Plonker Rodney was semi-pro? Well, I at least paid him a compliment by telling him at least he never did the semi-pro wiggle in any of his matches in the Cowboy and that. So he did well disguising that. Well, I don't know whether that red passes the other red. Quick look, no it doesn't. Oh, that was almost very good. Almost very good there. Bump. Well, again, this is an easy escape for Keith. Again, just a bit short of pace. Now, this is a bit more of a problem here for Matt because I think if you look at the top 2 reds up near the cushion, you could play off them or you could play off that one. And he's played that very well because that had to be thin. He's going to have that choice. He can play the red below or above to the right of the pink. But he's looking at the line of the balls to see what's going to come out that side, so he doesn't like it. Going the other route. A bit heavy, but no problem. This is where the safety gets tricky, because you're feared of bumping something into play. Well, depending on how thin Keith gets this could be near the green. Well, that's near the green. Commentator's eye. Now, the red to the left of the black, he can push that onto the other two reds if he goes that route. If he's going this route, he's got to miss the blue. And he's avoided that. Bumping the yellow. If he'd bumped that harder, he'd have been in behind a brown. But you know, I've got an answer to that, Coldest Pillow. You see, you know, you can pot balls, but the only thing that's still questionable here is have you developed a snooker brain yet? That's still up for debate. Once you get that snooker brain, then no matter who you're playing, you can give them problems. And like I always say, it's about knowing when to duck and knowing when to make that right move. Yes, of course it's about potting balls, but it's also about stopping your opponent potting balls, and that's a whole different ball game in itself. Yeah, you need to get. That's the thing you have to eliminate when you come to play snooker. You see, the Americans haven't really handled that when they come to play snooker, because they've got so much 9-ball in their brain, it needs to get flushed away. This idea of seeing a ball and having to pot it each time is not the way you're going to win in snooker. That's too one-dimensional. And 9-ball players coming to play snooker have that. It's ingrained in their whole DNA, and you have to eliminate that. And you have to switch on your snooker brain. Well, Keith trying some acrobatics here, to no avail. Now that red below the black must be able to go, but he's going to have to be really brave here to have a go at this and get out of there onto a colour. Oh, it's the black he's on. What am I talking about? Not the red. My bad. And now, well, he's sitting okay for the next red, but the black's still dead in the water. On one side, it does go from the other side. And he might be getting to that black a lot sooner than we think, because if he's going to play one of these two reds on this side, he can get to the black. And he's really looking to finish sort of just left side of the black where he can go through and brush that red out the way. That would be the plan at some point in the not too distant future. That needs to keep going. He ain't got there. He'll be annoyed at that because he was, I think he was all geared up to be dealing with that black there in a minute or two, and he's blocked out now. He'll be annoyed at that. Well, you don't need to join the room anyway. You stay out of the room. The less folk in the room, the less likelihood of problems. I mean, the problem I had earlier was nothing to do with anybody in the room. That was just the whole system went down for a fraction of a second. Well, this is another brave shot here by Matt. Needs to get lucky. Oh, he's found a gap. And he's got no problem getting on to the next red. Although he's the wrong side of the blue, that won't worry him. He can take the green. We're now down to 2 on Twitch, and I'm one of them. The other one's probably Cobra. So that shows you how much interest there is in Twitch. There's only 2 on it. And I'm only on Twitch because my YouTube chat wasn't, there was no chat coming through on YouTube for some strange reason again. On my phone, that is. Well, the black is now certainly open to the right-hand pocket up top. Blocked off in the other one, though. Oh, he didn't want that. Now he's in nothing, I don't think. I think he's just going to be heading up table, somewhere up by the yellow and brown. This looks a good line. This looks a good line. This looks very good if it keeps running. Not bad. And I'll tell you, it's still a tough shot from there, though. This is really ugly. Having to play a safety from here. Well, it looks as if he's playing the red bottom and left of the black and coming out around the other side. Problem with that is he's sending that red into play. And Matt's going to have a roll in the red if this yellow's out the way and he's okay. So he's going to have a pot in the red. He'll just drop it in dead weight, I would assume. And the chances are he's going to have an angle in the black where he's bumping those other 2 reds above the black, and he's probably still going to be on the red to the left of the black. Let's have a look. No, he isn't, because he's straight. So this is just a little... Well, maybe not. He might have to jack up and get a bump here because, yeah, I think because of the angle that he's got, he's going to have to get a bump. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because that was the only way he could surefire know that he was going to hold for that red. And he played it perfectly. And now, Matt is in the very early stages here of a chance to rack up some points. But I think it's going to be a bit hard work, though. Yeah. The way these reds are sitting, they're not perfect. Now, what's he done here? Has he played for that red into the side? I think he has, but he's just fallen a bit short. He would have liked it to have been a wee bit straighter, and then he could have come back for the black. Or he could comfortably come back for the black. He's thinking about it there. He was thinking about it, but it's got too much angle. He's got to just let this run out. No, he looks as if he's trying to get a hold of it. Yeah, played the brave shot. Now, he's got the gap to get into there to go on that red, and he's got a perfect angle to go through and up. And, well, he's a bit more the wrong side of the red here. I think he's got to try and get up for the blue. If he plays this red, it's too much of a cut angle, and if you put right hand side in the cue ball, you don't only make that pot more difficult, you can end up here anyway. Yeah, well, he's actually held it a lot better than I thought he would. He would set up a that, so this is he's going to have to stun it to the cushion and back out and up for that, either of those two reds there. And now he's in business, because if he can get rid of that red that he's aiming at, he can still play the black. But more importantly, that opens up, I think, the red that's second from the pink will certainly go that one there. I think you can get to that. I don't know that you can pot it into the side pocket, because I think the other one's blocking, but we're actually coming to the vital point in this frame as far as Matt goes. He's stuck to the cushion, so again he's limited in what he can do here for his next red, for his colour. So he's having to run up table. So, like I said, that red that's in the middle of the three, I think that goes. And from that blue, you can certainly stun down onto the cushion up top and come back down this right side, as long as you miss the green. Well, he's hit that far too heavy, and he's not come out, and now he's in trouble. I thought he was just going to nip out there, because you can get that other red goes into the middle. It does go, that one. But that, neither here nor there now. Matt's trying to find a way out of there. Try and get my camera sorted. And that's going to be a free ball. And now, from this other side, Keith's going to have the free ball of the blue, which is the extra red, or the green. No, it's a foul and miss. You don't get a free ball. That's a free ball. Why did he not take the free ball? Now he is taking it. Well, that's strange. That's strange why he didn't take it in the first place. Watch the cue ball. Watch that red. Well, this is no good. He can't pot the pink. He can pot the black, but he's running up country. He's going all over the place. And then, of course, the other most important part is he's stuck to the cushion. So it might be better just to run for cover here. And he's got the chance. I mean, he's loath not to play a shot here. I mean, the point is, he's trailing. And, you know, he's got the extra 7 points. He's now got to come up with a decent safety here. And he had a much easier safety if he just left the black well alone. And this is touchy. Yeah, I think it was far easier if he just forfeited the 7 points there, and played a much easier safety shot than what he's left with here. You see, that's what I mean about, you know, whether you make the points or you don't. Well, Cobra says take the 7 points, but Keith's now got to keep everything safe. Well, he has done. Okay, the cue ball's not found any length, but at least he's not left anything on. And problem though it is that Matt's got a chance to get up to this yellow here. Well, he's not playing that line. But Keith can play that line now. That's the target area, because if this red hits the other red, chances are it will still be safe. Oh, he hasn't hit it, but it's hit the second one. He's hit it a bit too heavy. Sooner or later, one of these guys is going to find that line down by this yellow, because that's what they're really trying to get to. That was too thick that time. That needed to be thinner. But again, the length is good. And this is another perfect opportunity to get that left-hand side in the cue ball and try and find that line. Well, he's just going for the feather touch here rather than trying anything more elaborate. And I suppose you can't argue with that. He's 20 points behind. He's not doing anything to push anything on. How was he too far behind? He was only going to be 7 more points behind than what he was when he potted it. So instead of being 20 behind, he would have been 27 behind. There's still 51 in the table. That's a 9-ball logic there, right there, Cobra. Well, this is suddenly get a wee bit more tricky. Again, this has got to be wafer thin, this red to the right of the black. If he's playing the other red, the chances are he could tuck that along the cushion behind the back of the other red. Well, he's completely missed him because he had to get it thin. And he'll be having another go probably from there. I don't know that this is any easier than the first shot he had, so Matt's probably going to make him play from there. He might make him play back from where he was, but I don't think it makes any difference, because you've still got to get this as thin as you can. Well, like I say, Cobra, there's wanting the points, and then there's playing the easy safety. And he ended up with an awkward safety, and he got lucky and he left it safe. But I would have sacrificed the 7 points every day of the week there to play it. I would have tried and rolled in behind that brown. Well, this time, thin again. And again, Matt's missed it. Bumps the side pocket. Keith won't be, I don't think he'll be doing anything here other than pushing the red onto the black and trying to find the yellow again. Well, I'm surprised at that, because, you know, he's hoping Matt's going to leave something in play here, but he's not. If he's going to get this right, he's not going to do that. I'm surprised Keith didn't play the safe himself, because that red was always going to bump the black. And you weren't going to leave a red on. He could have easily tried to get down behind the yellow there. And now look where he's stuck. So Keith's played the wrong shot, in my opinion, there. He should have took the shot on himself rather than putting Matt back in, because he was only ever going to play it better. And now Keith's landed on top of the green, and I'll tell you something, this is a stinker to try and get thin. And he might regret not listening to the commentator, because the commentator was right. Well, this needs to run, and it ain't. And lo and behold, it's Matt who's got the chance. And that's the difference, the very fine margins of making the right shot choice. Now, he should never have put Matt back in there, never. Because he's only ever going to play it better second time around. He's had a sighter with the first shot, and Keith was hoping to get a good roll of the ball there when Matt, and when, you know, with that red sitting where it was, right, and Keith was there, there's no way I'm passing that back, because I'm bumping that red to the black and I'm running around the angles and down towards the yellow. I would never have put him back in. And he might be in pain here in a minute, Keith, because his 3-0 lead is all but gone. This red might be quite tight in the cushion. Well, it's not that bad. Oh dear. Well, Keith's killed two birds with one stone there. He played it erring on the safety. If he wasn't going to get it in the hole, he was going to leave it over the hole. Not Keith. Why do I keep bloody mixing the players up? Matt. Well, Matt's going to have a free shot at this red, and it's going to be frame ball because the black's hanging over the corner pocket. But he's also got a safety area up by the black. So if he wants to double this red back up the table, he can do that and try and leave the cue ball down here in bulk. And that's what he's doing. Oh, now, well, like I said, sooner or later one of these players is going to find that target area. And Matt has found it at the right time, and Keith's in a whole heap of trouble here. Because the pink is effectively in the way. He'd have to juice this up with loads aside. Can he get through the gap with the blue and the pink? I think he might get through the gap. Oh, that's tight. He's not looking at it, but I think there's a little bit of room there. Yeah, you see, you needed loads of right, and with the distance that the cue ball has to travel and the pace that he has to play it at, that spin was going to kick in a lot sooner than it, you know, before it got to the cushion. And now all Matt has to do, well, he's putting them back in again. I thought he could have just potted the red and potted the black and have done with it. Yeah, needs far too much left-hand side. And that is that. I mean, there's still, what, 35 in the table? Blue's hanging over the side pocket. What does Matt do? What's that? 38, 48. 68 is 30. He's 36 in front with 35 in the table. That's how it isn't a foul and a miss, because once the chasing player is needing a snooker, if he doesn't hit a ball on, it's not called as a miss. He's still in it because, well, now, I'll give you that, Cobra, that right now he's still in it because of those 7 points. But it's a very flimsy reason for still taking that 7 points now at this stage in the frame where he's pretty much dead and buried. I tell you, this will be a great escape if he gets out of this frame. Now the interesting thing here is that clearly at some point this red might end up on somewhere. It's whether Keith's going to be deciding to take it and take the black, obviously, because you know, when you're trying to get snookers, you want to try and keep that last red in the table in case you get a free ball as well, because you're obviously still trying to win the frame. But let's just say that the colours they're not exactly sitting perfect for snookers, because the blue's hanging over the side pocket and nothing's going to happen there. The brown's stuck in the side cushion. The green's not got much room behind it, and the yellow's sitting there isolated. So this could go on for quite a while. So 36 in it, 35 points on the table. Well, this is thin. Push it to the side rail and try and get as far away from the red as possible. Can push it to the side rail and put it to the top cushion if you can. Watch the pink though. That was the problem with that line. Well, now with the pink near the blue, there's more of a target area, although it's dangerous to send a cue ball in that direction for fear of knocking the blue in. And Matt's got to be trying to keep that red over that side where the black is. That's his priority. He can't be sending that red anywhere down the table here, because he's asking for trouble doing that. Well, he's got to make sure he's overcutting this red. He doesn't want to push it onto the black. I think he's going left side of the red just to come around the corner. No, hang on a minute. What is he doing? Well, that's now getting dicey. Trying to coax a mistake out of Matt here. And Matt's a bit scared to do anything at the moment. He doesn't want to bump that black. Well, this is going to develop into something where somebody's going to do something numpty-ish at some point. Well, there's an escape route now for Matt, but does he want to escape from there, or does he want to maybe land himself in trouble? Yeah, he's done the right thing, because now that's got Keith in a whole heap of trouble here. Keith might just roll onto the red. I don't think he dare risk doing anything other than just rolling top of the red here. Well, that double kiss could have easily went wrong, but it's came good. But Matt's got an easy escape. Well, that makes it a wee bit more interesting, because now, you know, that it's a completely different setup here. Now he can cut the red to the cushion and go back up to the top cushion. And that will settle the deal, because now he's knocked the blue in. And Matt's got a free ball. So pink into the side or black over the corner pocket. And this frame is definitely over, and it's going to be 3 frames apiece, and I'm heading to the bathroom, and I'll be back in a minute. Right, I'm back. So, Keith's having a little break, which again he's quite right to do so. Get to the bathroom, get a coffee, get a drink. Tactical timeout. And, well, Matt will be happy. I mean, at 3-0 down, it was looking grim. He's still not really put, I mean, Matt's not put a score together. It's all been scraps, really. But you know, it doesn't matter how you win. It doesn't matter how you get back into the match, as long as you're back into the match, because that's a priority. So he won't be caring as far as that goes. So, you know, winning ugly to get to the final is fine. You know, from 3-0 down, you're sitting here at 3-all. The match has been on for, what, 2 hours and 18 minutes. And Matt now becomes a favourite, because, you know, Keith's got to do the psychological side of things. Is, you know, Keith's sitting there thinking, I've got to do this again for maybe another, you know, goodness knows how many frames. It might go all the way. So, even though Matt's not been breaking the scoreboard, he doesn't have to. He just has to stay in and win a frame whatever way he can. But it might bring the best out of both of them getting to this stage. That remains to be seen. I know what we'll do. We'll try that again. There we go.
Got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
Right. Well, Keith is back. And we're ready to go into frame number 7. Red coming up the table, but it's all about covering it. And Matt's going to have a free shot here to go on the black. And then, of course, get rid of that other red that's a bit of a hindrance, but there's only one other red available. Well, 2 reds maybe available. Looking ahead, you've got the one there, and you get this one here that he can work with. Well, the angle on the black wasn't great. Where's the cue ball going? Well, he's got that red at the back of the pack. As a shot to nothing. He's going to have to head up table anyway. And again, the story of tonight, Matt's just not... He's not backing them up. And now Keith has a start. I mean, he's going to have to do the same thing. He's going to have to go through and back up table, I think. Good bit of topping the cue ball. And that's perfect in the blue. Well, maybe not so perfect if he's trying to hold for a red, because I think he's got a wee bit more angle that way, but the blue, the pink's actually in the way if he wanted to knock this in and bump something, so he's going the alternate route. Just needs to slow up though. Well, he's got into it too much. I don't know that he can see the one behind the pink. I don't think he can get to that. He can certainly get to the open one. But he's just, again, he's going to have to get a hold of the cue ball here. Unless he's going to come across with a long blue. Yeah, he's left it short. So he had to get a hold of the cue ball there if he wanted to get topside. Well, green and then down between the blue and pink, and he's on the red on the left of the pack. That's the shot he should be playing, I would think. And he's leaving it short again. That needed to run another foot. Now, can he brush through off the red? He might be getting this too thick. I don't know that he can come off that red and run through for the black. It looks as if he's taking too much of the other red. I don't think he will get through there. Yeah, he had to get out of there. Well, he'll settle for that. I mean, that's a good outcome. Nicely on the green. And he's got, well, he's got choices in what he does here. He can try and come right down and get in amongst the reds down the bottom here. You'd be unlucky not to be on something. Or if he can play for the specific red there. Yeah, he's trying to come down. Now, again, he's stuck himself to the cushion. Black doesn't go this side, it's blocked. And because he's stuck to the cushion, he can't really do a lot with the cue ball. He would love to just roll the red through and be on the black, but he can't do that, and he can't really jack up and screw back from there. He can take the outside red. The pink doesn't go, so he might have to end up taking a long blue, or if he can roll through, he can get the pink into the side. So he's got to make his mind up. And I think the one solution is just roll the red in dead weight and leave the pink into the side. He's juicing it up. He's clipped the other red. And now it's make your mind up time. He can play the safety. I thought he could, for a minute there, I thought he could get through and try and pot the green, but he's got to duck for cover here. But the problem is, the cover is very difficult because there's reds left and right side. So he is in trouble in keeping this safe. Oh, that is some shot. What a shot that was. Almost went in off in the other side pocket, but what a recovery shot in the pink there. That's shot of the night. And the reward is that he's got reds on here. Still got to worry about a colour. The black goes still into the other corner pocket. There's no way he's holding for that at this angle. This looks good if it just keeps rolling. That's perfect. Perfect because he's top side of the blue and he's got a choice in where he wants to go here. Well, you plonker Rodney was in earlier on tonight. Well, it's now turned into a big visit here for Keith, because these reds can be picked off. That red that's to the right of the black is the problem red, the one that he's just potted. And the other red, of course, is the other problem, because it blocks the pink. But again, he's still got options here, either the blue or the yellow. And again, he'd be so unlucky not to be on another red off this. This ain't good. He's a bump. Well, he's going. I mean, if it's going to be awkward, this is awkward. He's got a dodgy cut. He's running into stuff, and this could get ugly very quickly now. This is a hit and hope in terms of getting out of there and getting on something. And that's what happens. And also he's knocked a red up the table, which is even more trouble. Well, now the safety is vital that he gets cover. He's got to play the yellow, try and get behind that green. Is it all out for the pot? Yes, it is. He's got the pot. He's got the red into the side. You know, brave shot by Keith. And he's more or less back in business here. I mean, you weigh up the pros and cons of that shot. The chances of you playing safe off the yellow and getting cover were probably 50-50. And 50-50 probably was the same odds in the yellow and getting on the red. And so he went for that option, and it may prove to be the winner for that reason. Again, he's getting himself stuck to this cushion. Now, if he stuns the black in, he's either going to be on that red or this red here. If he just rolls it in and goes through and out, he's probably going to be in that one. Well, well, he was playing for a hit there, I think. Again, I think he made the wrong choice. I think if you were going to bail out, it would just, you know, roll the black in, roll the cue ball out and play that red. And he's actually got fortunate there. The black's now blocked that open red. Keith's visit was 38. Matt all out for the red. What a shot that was. Only problem is he's not landed good in a colour. Well, the pink is tight, but it goes. But he's thinking better of it. He's looking at ducking here. You know, if he's got a simple safety, he just bumps the cushion here and in behind the yellow. That pink does go, but it's very marginal. You're more than likely to bump that pink into the reds. And that's a good enough shot. That's got Keith in trouble. Now, has it sneaked out? Yes, it has. Well, it's a big shot, this, in the red. He might get a bump in those two reds if he hit this hard enough. But again, Matt is struggling with the potting tonight. They're not going in. More often than not, they're rattling like that. Now, is there anything on with these two reds? No, there isn't. Has he got an angle on this pink to screw into them? Yes, he has, and he's came good. And now is the frame winning opportunity to go back into the lead. Oh, he's rattled the black, trying to hold for that red. But again, with the black hanging over, he's left nothing. And Keith has a 41-point lead. And there's 43 still in the table with the black hanging over the corner pocket again. So Matt can still pinch this frame at the moment. And Keith will be desperate to get rid of one of these reds. With the black sitting where it is, he knows the danger here. The two reds in the open at the moment, and if Matt gets a sniff, I suppose the awkward ball is a yellow for the fact that it's not on its spot. Well, I think Matt's made his mind up. He's having a go. Chance to pinch it. And again, it catches the knuckle, but he's okay. Well, this frame is still in the balance. Obvious favourite is Keith at the moment, but the 41-point lead means nothing if these two reds are in the open with that black over the pocket. Now, the fact that they're split apart like this makes it more and more difficult for Matt. And I think if Matt has got the snooker brain ticking over, he really needs to get this red back in place, so to speak. Okay, you can pot this red on the left-hand side here down by the green. You can pot that. That's not a problem. But I think in the overall scheme of things, you want to try and get them both there or thereabouts to one another, so you don't have to do hard work to get the red and the black. I mean, he can afford to take a red and a pink if it came to it, but with the black as it is, he'd be well in trying to get that red up there on top of the other one. So we could be in for a long night, folks. We're already, 2 hours and almost 40 minutes into this match. I've got no work tomorrow, so I don't care. My only concern is actually staying awake. Well, that red has just travelled past the side pocket. Now this is tricky. From here, this is tricky because, I mean, he doesn't want to just push the red forward. He might not have a lot of choice though, because if he goes thin off the left side, he's simply pushing the red towards that other corner pocket. And he might just end up rolling this red because there's not an awful lot of choice. And that's what he's done. And Matt will be happy with that, although he's got a tricky, touchy shot. Now this is getting interesting. Very easy to make a mistake here. And getting more and more tricky as time goes on. And he hasn't hit it. Well, Matt's just sold out there. So now it's what it's 45 in it and 43 in the table, and the throat's beginning to go. Hang on. And now Matt's hoping that Keith makes a mistake, knocks the black in, because that's the only way he can win, unless he gets a snooker. And that's a shot. That is a shot by Keith. And that's never going to work. So Keith finds himself back in the lead. Pretty much guaranteed. And Keith won't be playing this. He'll be giving this back to Matt. He won't be touching this. I don't know why he's thinking about it so long, because there's no way he should be playing this. Yeah. Now, as Matt must be up looking at the two reds. He's going to go to the rail and bump from the side. No, he's oh well. The black's gone in, so that settles it. Well, now Keith's the one that's breathing a sigh of relief. He's got himself back in front. And of course, that red, I think, is now blocking the pocket, is it? Not 100%. You can actually probably bump it in off the rail and off the red, and it'll go in. Oh, he's potted it clean. So we're just going through the formalities here. Never in a month of Sunday, Slim. If you're sitting there and the other guy's needing snookers, no way you're going to call a draw. Never going to happen. Well, when you say before, I mean with the lead that Keith had, no, there's never any way that he's going to agree to a restart. Never. I mean, at early stages in the frames, yes. You know, when you get the black over the corner pocket and all the reds are all gathering over the black, and all you end up doing is getting them so close to the black that all you're doing is tip-tapping and going nowhere. Yes, you're going to get a re-rack. You see that plenty of time in pro snooker. So the suffering is over. The frame has concluded. We're into frame number 8. Matt breaking off. And That is not a bad break, but there is an edge off the pack to get back to bulk. There's a very thin edge off that extreme right red. And of course, again, the main objective there is miss the blue and try not hit a bulk colour, because he's left a red on now. And of course, also, we still have the same issue with this bloody red near the black spot. And now when Matt's wanting for a little roll, he doesn't get it. The red's blocked to blue. I think he can still see the green. It's tough enough as it is. And he's going to be miles away from a red unless he does something with this cue ball. Well, I'm not quite sure what the plan was there. I mean, he can get through to that red though. I'll give him that. But of course, as I pointed out earlier, the black's going to be covered up in a minute with that red where it's sitting. And pink's not happening, so the chances and likelihood of Matt making any consistent scoring here is fairly slim, unless he did some severe damage. But where he's going to do that from, I don't know. Can he get that black from there? Yes, he can. He needs to get a little brush off that red though. I think that the potting angle, he's got to come off that side of the red and he's pushing it that way and he's going to have the red on. I can't see it not happening. You just got to brush it like that. Perfect. Apart from the fact he's gone a wee bit behind it. Well, this is where Matt's been struggling all night to get, when it, he's in to start with, and then he has an awkward red, and he's not. I don't think he's potted in it. Well, you can see the one into the side. That'll do. Now again, this is just a touchy little pot where he's going to maybe catch some of that red, but thin enough to leave it on, and that's much better. But now he's crying out for an angle in this black to get into these reds, and if he goes high enough, he'll have the angle. Well, he didn't plan on that. He's obviously looking at an option up table, and well, I don't think he can refuse this. He's got to have a go here. Got to get the big hit. How's his luck? And it ain't good. No, he's got nothing. Not a sniff. And then this red here is a problem. So he daren't try and escape up table for fear of leaving that red on. Okay, the black. Let's have a look at the black. Well, that black does go. Well, that's a good recovery. Hoping for a lucky roll to get decent in a colour, and he's not decent. He's got another tough blue. He's got a yellow, which will bring him around the table. It's not easy with this setup. He's got a pressure yellow. And no guarantee he's going to be decent in the red here, by the way this line of the cue ball's going. And he's getting further and further away from the pots. You see what I mean about where he was going to finish in a red? The way the line the cue ball was going was never great. And he'll be glad that that's where he's finished. But he's left a plant on. That's dead set. Maybe that's what he played for. But that's in all the way, that plant. Few balls leaking away. How's that brown? He's the wrong side of the brown. That's not great. And again, another tough blue. I mean, he can pot the brown, but he's going to leave a long red. And not only that, he's going to be hampered in the process as well. This is not what you want. And also, to play the safety where he's sitting, if he turns round and goes by the yellow, to try and play a safety that way, thin off the red up there, even that's awkward. So he might as well have a go at the pot. Well, my eyes told me he was never lined up in that red at all. So Keith has a more comfortable shot on the red. He can roll through for the black just to find that gap. And he's got there. So remember, guys, this is the hot seat match. We have these two guys battling it out to get to the final of this 2024 disastrous Virtual World Snooker Championship. Let me have a quick tab. I'm on that page. I thought it was on the tourney page. But we have the other match on Thursday. Are you still there, Slim? I think Slim's going to get dinner. Oh, now we've got 5 on Twitch and 4 on YouTube. Yeah, are you around on Thursday for that big match with Albie and you Plonker semi? Because I'll be around, obviously, because I say, I mean, I'm around. I can do it. If you're around and you want to do it, you can do it. I mean, I'm not fussed. I'll do it because I'm obviously still off work. I go back on a Friday morning. Well, Matt's break ends in 25. He's got a 54-point lead. The colour's still to come here, and there's still 51 in the table. This is a big, big frame for Keith because he's got everything sitting there. I think he's blocking himself out. I think is he? No, he isn't. He's okay. It's tight, but it certainly goes. Well, this could be a big frame. Bigger than most, considering the deficit that Keith's got, but these are the frames you love winning because you're down and out, but you're given that chance, and the reds are sitting good. And it's all down to you to execute. Well, he's in that no man's land area here. He's still, I mean, he can still pot the black and go up above the pink for the red into the other corner pocket. I don't know what's stopping him doing that. But he's got the pink, and that's a good recovery. And now the table's at his mercy. It's all up to him. Well, he's still got the dummy in his mouth about that. I think he's just to be awkward, he's just going to keep you plonker semi for the time being. Well, big shot in the yellow. Bound to be on the green. Well, wiped his feet. And he's on the green. And this will hurt if Keith can pull this one out the hat. Oh dear. He's forgot about the brown. He hasn't played the shot at all to get on the brown. And that is horrible where he's landed. So focused on dropping the green in, he forgot about playing for the brown. And Matt has been reprieved big time. And Keith will be even more annoyed at that, with that chance to steal the frame. And he just never played the shot to get in the brown at all. He had to go through the cue ball there to get that cue ball control, and he never did it at all. So we are back all square again. Anybody get the feeling this is going all the way? So here we go, frame number 9. And it's all been scrappy for Matt tonight. But I keep mentioning it, you know, it doesn't matter how you end up winning as long as you fall over that line. And if he thinks back to the fact that he was 3-0 down and he ends up getting it back all square and he's still all square, then he's still got to be pleased. He won't be happy at how he's played, far from it. And the longer this goes on, you've still got to think Matt's more the favourite, with fatigue setting in, tiredness setting in, concentration beginning to drift. All of those factors start playing a part. And that's also the same factors that play a part in me actually staying awake, because I've suddenly hit the sleep wall. I'm probably going to have 20 minutes of this until I maybe get through it. Well, for once the black is in the open. Well, that's a troublesome position here for Keith. There's a thin edge to the right of that pink. Again, the danger with this shot is pushing the red on. Got it thin enough, and good result. Likewise for Matt, he's got probably a similar shot here, or he's looking at that thin edge. Well, my intention is about a little bit more than that. I'll have toasted cheese or something after this is over, and a cup of coffee, and a biscuit. That's an excellent shot. That's the target area. That's another replay for the collection. Well, he catches the pink, but that's not the problem. That's the problem. Keith won't be giving this back. Taking the opportunity to get into them. How's he finished? I don't think he's finished all that good. He's got the one that's run up table. That's where he's going to have to bail out. Red's blocked into one corner pocket. Needs to bounce off that cushion. Yeah, he doesn't like the blue. I don't know that the brown's that much better, but I think he's going to end up with a long red here if he plays the brown. Oh, he's playing the yellow. Still a long red though. Now, how much does he want to be using the cue ball here? Because it could be really fancy and try and run through off the side cushion and cut across into a very marginal gap to get on that black, but he's trying to get back up for the blue. And he pretty much got there. But when you start having to do stuff with the cue ball, you're adding to the difficulty of the shot in the red. And that's given Matt a chance. red and through for the black, and then he wants to pot that black and pot that other red in the left hand side here. That should be his next shot. That's the priority. Got to get rid of that one. It blocks the other pocket. Well, I'm going to say it early on here. This is a chance of a big break for Matt, and that might be the turning point in the match, because these reds are available. Well, there's a fair chunk of them are available, and it's a chance to put a score on the board. $3 and 6 minutes we've been at this. And you can see how quick matches have gone that I have streamed, when, especially when Matt was scoring in one of his other matches. Can't remember who the hell he was playing, but he was scoring a lot better. He hasn't scored at all tonight. And that's how matches end up dragging on. And he's got himself in trouble. This is a big shot. And it stays out. And Keith comes to the table. Only 6 points behind. He can stun the red in, come down for the black. Now, I think that red on the right side cushion's a bit in the way here. I haven't been round with the camera to look, but it looks to me that's a wee bit in the way. Yeah, I think that's why he stayed low and just tidying up the back end of this black here. Those two reds that are to the left of the cue ball, normally you would just let the cue ball take its path and go up for them, but I think the red on the right side cushion's a bit in the way there. And he's left it short. Way too short. You're far better over hitting that than leaving it there. Now he's maybe looking at a bailout up table here. Pot in the yellow, bound to be on one of the two reds on the right hand side here. And he's almost back in business. Well, you can play the stun and just kill the cue ball stone dead, or you can just roll this out. But if you're thinking about getting the black, you've really got to kill it. Yeah, and that's what happens. You know what happens in these tables. You stun these to the jaws in the pockets in these tables and they won't go in. Well, I think I jinxed Matt by saying that it could have been a big break, but he ended up getting out of shape. But he's back with another attempt. Now, this is where you just pot the black and you let the cue ball run out. Or is he going to catch that red? He might be catching that red. I think it looks like it. Yeah, but he's caught it in such a way that he's landed plumb and he can just stay there in the black. Now we've got 6 in Twitch and only 3 in YouTube. Well, those 2 reds next to the pink, one of them goes, and once you get rid of that one, the other one goes. You can get to it. He's left it short. Going to have to take the one into the middle. Just drop that in. Run through for the blue. And he's got perfect on the blue. So just a roll through. And he's on that top red. And as long as he's to the right side of it, he can go through for the black without interfering with the pink and red. So I think this is not far short of Matt's biggest contribution of the night. Can't be far off it. I don't even know what his high run is in the match. It's certainly round about this. If anybody's paying attention, maybe they'll remember, but I can't remember, but he certainly secured this frame. So Matt goes into the lead again. Well, the colours are all pretty much on their spots, I think, apart from the pink. And this definitely is his high break of the night, definitely. He's not made a 50 all night, I don't think. But he might be coming good at the right time. So a nice clearance of, what, 77 from Matt. Into frame number 10. I think Keith's in his last legs. Just hang in there, because you never know. Well, he's left a pot. Got to run up the table up. Landed nice on that blue, but again the black is blocked by a red. Well, now, does that red go behind the black into the corner pocket? Let's have a quick look. Yes, it does. But Matt hasn't hit it. He's left it way short. Unless there's any plant on, and there isn't. And, well, that was never an easy red at that pace, trying to get that cue ball out of there. Well, this would be an aggressive shot. That red is on, I think. Let's have a look. It certainly is on, but he's not interested. And that's a much better safety. Now Keith could get crazy here. I think he is. No, he isn't. I take it all back. Well, he's still focusing enough to play the right shot rather than something stupid. So he isn't completely out of gas. Well, I don't know that 10:16 at night is a reference to going home early, Coldest Pillow. Slim, sorry. It is for you. It is for you with the time zone differences, but this is already well past my bedtime. I'm still looking for my second win because I'm still in the middle of the sleep wall at the moment. I'm hanging in there myself. I'm probably in a worse condition than Keith is. I don't think Keith was up at 4 o'clock this morning. How many hours is that I've been up? I've been up, what, 4 o'clock to 4 in the afternoon's 12 hours. Add another 6 on it. It's not that I'm not keen. It's if you're around and you want to do it, Slim, you do it. That's what I'm saying. Well, you know what I'm not saying is you know, change your days, change your plans to be there. Because I'm assuming that at that time of day you're working or whatever, and anything you do is more of an inconvenience to try and be there. And if that's the case, then don't bother. It's not a problem for me to stream it. I'm interested in fairness. Or maybe, what's his name, could stream it? What the hell's the name of that guy? Skull something or other. Mind you, he'd need to get his mic set up. And we'd also need to have simultaneous translation because I don't understand Spanish. Where's Jose when you need him? What the hell's happened there? What have I missed there? I missed that there looking at the chat. Matt's not playing the sympathy vote here, is he? Putting Keith back in or something. Does Keith make a mistake? Well, you don't want to start going down that route, playing Mr. Nice Guy. You can regret that. Anybody, I'll say that again. Can anybody tell me what I missed there by looking at the chat as to how Matt has said play again, mate, on black? Somebody tell me what happened there. Larry said it was a mouse fart. Oh, sod that for a game of soldiers. Well, again, black still blocked into one pocket, so therefore that should be the red you should be trying to get on at some point. Because with that red always being there, it's always a struggle, because you're then playing either for the pink or you're onto one of these bulk colours. You're narrowing down your options available to you. And to me, it's a priority that you try and get onto that red. But of course, where he's finishing the pink's not good to do that. But I believe he would really like to just pot the pink and roll through to like there and get rid of that red. But he can't do that here. He's trying to get a roll, and not only that, he's got in the red, but he's opened all the other ones, and above all, that's what he's done. He's hung the pink, and Matt now has his chance to win this match. And Matt knows it, because these reds are all there for the taking. And any other day of the week, he wouldn't be thinking twice about this. He's got the pink there as his emergency bailout if he gets out of line. So everything is good for him. The only thing that isn't so good is the fact the blue's not in its spot, because he would have liked the blue to be there, but apart from that, he can't complain. He's odds-on favourite now. Well, he's left that short. Let's have a look. Well, he's got the red into the middle. He's got two reds he can play into the middle. To me, that's the easier one, that one there. This is just a little dink in. And he's got out reasonably good in the pink. So at the moment, the fat lady is still in her dressing room. She's still doing her finishing touches. Been doing a little bit of gargling for the last couple of minutes. And now she's doing her breathing exercises. This might be a bit too straight in the black. No, he's got an angle. But it's a little touchy one. Got to miss the red or get a bump like that, and he's still got the bailout red, because that's just finished not exactly as planned. Well, now the fat lady has had the announcement over the tannoy in her dressing room. She's had her cue. And I don't mean snooker cue. Well, as soon as you said that, it went 5 on Twitch and 3 on YouTube. You're scaring people away, Slim. Well, don't forget, I'm one. There's now 4 in Twitch. I'm one of those 4. That needs to bump or miss it, and now he's in trouble. So, Matt, oh, tell lies on a colour, I forgot. That shows you I'm falling asleep. He's what? I can't even count at this time, and I can't count at most times of the day, but he's 27 in front. Break is 39. And he's got an easy shot to go on a red. Just go forward, maybe check it a wee bit. That makes the shot more difficult. Well, he's came down the right side, but that's the problem. When you start going that way, you've got got one piece of traffic in the way, and that's the thing he's hit. So he's not over the line yet. And in goes the red. And that was a toughie, but a bit like a shot to nothing, because he always had the blue up top. I don't know whether he's got enough to work with there, though. So 30 in front. This will take him to 35 in front with 35 in the table. So just the blue and the red. Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Winning ugly doesn't do you any problems at all. It doesn't cause any issues. It's not been a good night for Matt. Keith was off and running, pretty comfortable at 3-0, and Matt's been struggling to find form and consistency, but he has found it at the time that it mattered in these last few frames. And that's what's getting him over the line at the end of the day. And that's pretty much the way I thought it would end up, in the sense that with the table time that Matt's getting in snooker, he's in the long term and over the period of time, he's bound to be that bit more consistent. And in the end, it's a good win for him and another good break to clinch the match. So Keith's got nothing to be upset about. You know, he's not been doing too well health-wise recently, which has stopped him playing. But it was a clash of the old-timers, and Matt has come out on top. But Keith isn't out yet. He isn't out yet, and he could cause major problems with this one-loss side, which we'll look at in a wee second. If we look at the bracket, well, first of all, if we look at the schedule, we can see that we've got Albinario against VP4TV, and that's on Thursday evening at 7:30, or 7:31 if you want to be pedantic. Race to 4, of course, the one-loss side. If we look, we will see that Keith now lies in wait for the winner of that match. So that will be interesting. Well done to Matt, because Matt now can recline in the final, waiting to see the outcome of the two battles that are going to happen. And the deadlines for those, well, we know this match is going ahead. The other one, the deadline's the 27th. So Keith's got this far. He's got to hang in there, because in a race to 4, it's anybody's. Anybody can win this one-loss side. Albinario isn't guaranteed anything. It's going to be a hard battle against Vvwsc, and whoever gets to play Keith, if Keith is still up for it, which I believe he should be, he's got this far. There's no point in giving up now. He's still in with a very good chance of even possibly getting revenge against Matt. So well done to both players. It was a battle tonight, because it wasn't one of these fast-flowing matches. It wasn't where scores were going in. But winning ugly does the trick. You know, at 3-0 down, you could easily get desperate and started doing stupid stuff. You just didn't find that consistency in the potting early on, but you did find more consistency in the latter stages of the match, which made the difference, and that's a bit it summed up. And then, of course, you know, tiredness does kick in to some people more than others. It was certainly affecting me. So, You know, you've done your part. You've got there, and you can sit and let them battle it out to see who's going to get there. You're in the position to win your first big virtual pool title. You deserve that chance, and you can let the other guys worry about it. Right, well, that's it, guys. Thank you for your company. We've got 8 people in Twitch now and 3 in YouTube. There you go. I will say good night. I'm off for something to eat because my stomach is rumbling, and I've got the 2 days off to look forward to. And also, we have that match on Thursday night, which I certainly will be around. If Slim shows up and he wants to do it, by all means, I've not got a problem with that at all. So keep your eye out. We'll have that match one way or another on Thursday. And until we meet then, I'm going to say take care and bid you good night.